LATD Nation, welcome back to the channel. Of course, it's your boy Jay.
This is Rodney.
And we are back with another movie review for y'all. Man, it feels like it's been a minute, hasn't it?
Shit, I mean, yeah, if you want to say that, it's been, what, a whole week?
Yeah, a whole week since our second annual Spooktacular. Finished up with Friday the 13th Friday. Ended off with some bullshit, but now we starting up November with some good shit. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So today we looking at the details of Predator, Badlands, starring Elle Fanning as Thea and Demetrius.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sorry, Demetrius and Elle Fanning. It works.
Yeah, there we go. Koala Matangi or Matangi or something.
You might as well have just said Demetrius.
Oh, well, bro. I know how to read names more or less. But anyway, starring then too in the movies directed by Dan...
It's like Trachtenberg or something like that.
Trachtenberg, something like that. But y'all know what it is but at this point.
Now, this is his second Predator movie. He actually directed Prey back in 2022.
Yeah, so and that one was a good one. And then
really good one.
Back in 25, we had a Hulu Disney Plus exclusive Predator Killer of Killers,
I
which
think
also
he had
did
hands
well.
in that.
Yeah, he definitely did. One thing I can say about the Predator as of late is that this is easily one of my favorite horror movie franchises, which eventually started turning into more an action thriller franchise.
Low key, yeah.
So, and the Predators as a concept, as a race, are almost as interesting to me as the Na'vi are. And I enjoyed seeing their culture more explored in those movies, and it was more expanded here. So to start off, Predator Badlands follows our main character named Deck. He's a Yautja,
the young one at that.
The runt of the litter in there. He's disrespected by his father, but loved by his brother, but disrespected by the rest of his clan and stuff too.
Presumably, we don't really see them at the beginning of the movie.
Right, but let's just be real. He probably was.
Oh, for sure, most definitely.
And the thing is, with him, he has that chip on his shoulder type of attitude, that kind of like little man syndrome. Got to prove himself, nothing to lose, everything to prove, so to speak. And his brother is more respected because he's bigger, faster, stronger, and seems to be more superior to their father, or superior to him in the eyes of their father in almost every way. But the thing is, you can't support weakness in that culture, because the Predators always had a might makes right type of attitude.
They say you can't call weakness is what the sentiment is in the movie.
Can't what?
You can't call weakness.
Right.
Yeah.
Or forgive weakness in
one of the two, it don't really matter.
In Yautja, yeah, either one. But you'd be surprised to know that the brothers, Deck and Quay, they love each other. They have each other's back. They protect each other, and they're easily two of the best. And it's good. It was good to see that. One praise I can give this movie as well is the fact that it really conveys their emotions on their faces well.
It really does. CGI is really, really good in this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. It's to the point where I didn't even really realize that it was CGI at that point, because it was all done with practical effects in the original movies, in Predator 1, Predator 2, and so on and so forth. They conveyed in the beginning was a really heartfelt moment. If y'all know, once y'all see it, y'all understand. Because and the thing is, you can see the fear on his face, on Deck's face. You can see passion. You can see love. You can see hope. You can see dang near every emotion on his face throughout this movie. But like I said, the beginning part is really what got me the most, because like I said, it's just all the emotion in it. The action in it is really good as well.
Yeah. It
keeps you on your toes. And the thing is, this movie is PG-13, and a lot of people had had doubts with this movie being PG-13, because, as y'all know, Predator has commonly been more rated R, more bloody, more violent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it tends to be more of like a hardcore, sort of like gritty, like type of violence.
Right. But with this one, the violence is still there, but they kind of cheat a little bit, because They're on the Weyland Yutani is in here. Weyland Yutani being the corporation from Aliens.
Of course.
They're in this, and they have synthetics, and so they kind of get away with it a little bit more.
Because that's really the only violence that's really being done to is like, really is just the sense from the Weyland Yutani Corporation, and then really like the life forms, which there's no humanoid life forms.
Right.
On the planet. Was it Gina? I think is what it's called.
Jenna, something like that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, and the thing is, funny enough, there are no humans on here in this movie at all. Human, quote unquote, but anyway,
the first of because really what the plot is that Deck is going on his first hunt in order to prove his worth to his clan,
right?
And he goes on a hunt to seek out what is called the Catalyst, sort of like the most dangerous beast that they've kind of come across as far as like a hunt is concerned. So dangerous to the point to where even their father is afraid.
Right, and the father being the head honcho of the clan, the one that determines who's weak and who's strong and everything like that, and the might makes right, so on and so forth. But y'all get it though. And the thing is with this movie as well. As far as the story is concerned, you could say that it's a little bit. I wouldn't say generic. But
it's straight to the point.
It's straight, yeah. Thank you. Very straight to the point. Is touching. It is a really heartfelt story about what do you consider weak, and if you like consider like a runt in your family or you consider weak in your family. Don't let other people define who you are.
It's really all about finding your strength and finding who you are.
Right. Because the thing is, everything in this jungle is dangerous, bro. Like it tries to kill him by the end of the movie, and tries to kill him by the end of the movie, and by the end of the movie, he ends up like kind of adapting to the world, in a way as time goes on, and in a very somewhat Kingsman-like esque type of deal. Because even though in Kingsman, Taron Egerton is like the street kid at first, and then as time goes on, he eventually becomes the gentleman James Bond like spy. So it's the kind of the same deal here as far as ideas are concerned, And this movie was very reminiscent of Afro Samurai to me in a way.
Okay.
Especially with the I won't say, well, if you know the plot of Afro Samurai, then you'll get it. But let's just say he's somewhat on a revenge tour as well. Deck is. And it has a really good message. It has the same type of message that Afro Samurai did in this one. But the thing is, like I said, I really did like the deeper meaning of not letting what other people's consider strong and weak define who you're going to be in the future. But the thing is, back to the PG-13 rating though, I feel like this movie really works on so many levels as far as it being PG-13. Like we mentioned, the action in it is still almost as bloody and gory as you would see in a regular Predator movie, but of course it's toned down here, and it still has some of the same PG-13 isms like other Disney movies has, like the animal sidekick, the jokes, the humor, which is very well done in this movie.
I actually was surprised with how much humor was in this movie because typically these movies are really not humorous like that. Usually they're pretty straightforward. They're pretty serious.
Right.
But I think with it being more so, we have a Yautja as the protagonist this time, it kind of allows them to do some things a little bit different than what they did before. Because before, it's more of a horror sort of survival, sort of intense kind of thing, like a hunt. Whereas this is more of a Yautja finding his way and kind of getting to see more of his culture. So I really did like that.
Because I agree. Because Deck takes a lot of L's in this movie. And a lot of L's, at least in this movie, bro. Like, because everything's beating him down. Everything, like, he loses a bunch of his gear. Like the beginning of a video game. Like, kind of like in the beginning of Infamous 2 or God of War. Cause how he starts off with all this fully upgraded, can't nothing stop him. Next thing you know, boom, he loses everything and has to start from scratch. This man gets beat down by his brother. This man gets beat down by his father. Gets beat down by different animals, even trees and plants in this movie. He takes a lot of L's, y'all. So just be prepared for that. But the thing is, it's not about how you get knocked down; it's about how you get up. And it's like
You definitely do.
And exactly. And another, I forgot what else I was gonna say about this movie. A big surprise for me is that when I looked at the cast list on here, is that there's only literally 2 people that's on, at least on Google, that they're crediting in the cast list.
Yeah.
Elle Fanning and Demetrius Kolomatangi. See?
There you go.
See?
Hey.
What'd I tell y'all? Yes, sir. Man, anyway, that's how good this movie is. Like, it didn't even need a full cast in order to be effective. And another thing I'm glad about that I just remembered is that how I mentioned that the Predators or the Yautjas are like similar to the Na'vi as far as them being interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they expanded the universe here and in the culture here, especially at the end of the movie, which we won't spoil anything, of course. But at the ending, they really set up like what's next to come. What's to come? Yeah,
that's one thing I'll say is like. I always do I'm always excited for a new Alien or Predator movie because I always like getting a chance to see how the lore is expanded. Right. Seeing how like the history with these characters expanded. And for me, I always love when they come together. Right. I love when the Alien and the Predator franchises cross packets. This is probably the first time that's happened in almost 20 years since the last Alien versus Predator movie. But it's done in more of a way to where it's like, it's more of a merging of the worlds rather than a clashing of the actual monsters, quote unquote.
Right, I agree. But with all that good being said, I have to say that there's a lot of flaws with this movie.
Go ahead.
That's cap. There's only really one flaw, and but it doesn't keep the movie from being what I rated it at the end. But I like Elle Fanning who played Thea.
She was really good. She brought a lot of levity, she was really the emotional core of this movie for me. She was like a lot of the, not just the levity, but sort of the humanity. Yeah, she kind of gives Deck
in almost a literal sense.
Yeah, she is really the one that kind of grounds Deck and kind of gives him a different perspective on life and his situation.
Right, because especially when she asks a certain question about Deck's brother, it's like, and then really questions like, why is he really here? Did so and so want this for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this what you want for yourself? You know,
exactly.
Really questions about who he is, and this is who he wants to be. Is this his path that he wants to take? And I really did like her character as well. The only flaw I can really give this movie is that it's a little bit slows down a little bit in the middle, but that's it.
I feel like this movie was actually really well paced for the most part.
No, it definitely was. I'm just saying that's the only flaw that I had with it. Yeah, and that ain't really much of a flaw because when you first meet her, she's very jokey. And in a way, when she's asking a bunch of jokey questions like, why are you so short? Why are you this? Why are you that? Why are you blah 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 blah? You know what I'm saying?
She's very inquisitive. Yeah. Inquisitive. Yeah. There you go.
So all I know, but that's really it as far as flaws are concerned.
Yeah. No, for me, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought that it pretty much did everything that I wanted it to do.
Yeah, I agree.
It expanded the lore. I was happy to see a Yautja finally get to be a protagonist. I always love seeing them.
Not cannon fodder.
Yeah, I love the Yautja. I've always been a big fan of them. I love seeing that the alien world clash with them in an organic way, but we didn't need the xenomorph. But we get confirmation that it's set in the same universe again. The thing is that we've been getting a lot of Alien and Predator sort of, I guess you could say we've been getting a lot of products.
Content.
A lot of content because we had Alien Romulus last year. We had another Alien show this year, Alien Earth, which I ain't watched that yet. And then now you got Predator. So it seems like they're building up and gearing towards something, which I'm all for because it really seems like they've done a good job of breathing new life into these franchises in a way that needed to be done. Because where they were at previously, it was definitely time for a change of pace. So Trachtenberg, he's definitely somebody that I love seeing his spin and his take on this world, these characters. I can't wait to see what he does next. He's supposed to have there's supposed to be a third Predator movie that he's directing. And I think he might have some creative control over the next Alien movie too.
You're right.
At least he might have a say or some input in it. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they're building towards. But overall, I'm sold. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. One of my favorites of the year so far, probably.
Yeah.
And overall, I didn't really have any issue with it. I think it did exactly what it needed to do.
What would you give it?
Me personally, I'll probably give it about an 8.5 to a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. I mean, characterization is great, but there's only so much you could really do. You only got 2 characters that are really of prominence.
But really for me, but that's kind of what makes me put this movie higher for me. Like, this is one of my favorite movies of the year, definitely. I'm definitely going to buy this when it comes out, download it on my phone, laptop, everything. But like, going back to what you said, I know there's only so much you can do, but with the little, as far as the cast that they did have, look at how well they did.
Facts. I agree
so what might be a flaw for you is kind of a bump for me, because if you can do this with just 2 people, what could have you done? What could have
that actually might be a good point, because it's like that kind of allows the movie to center and focus.
Exactly.
Be a character study of these two, their relationship, and everything going on around. It's more of a character study than previous Predator movies have been before.
Definitely. The thing is about the Predators overall and throughout their history, they've just been mindless. Well, not mindless, but they've just been nothing but killers.
They've never been characterized the way that they were in this movie.
Even if they were, they were
never
always
humanized the way that they were in this movie.
Thank you. That's the word. Yep.
Because they went a long way to show that they may be predators, they may be killers, but they're still people. They still have feelings, they still have emotion, they still have their own destinies. And I really like seeing
they're still individuals.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I really like about his stories, that it's more so him finding his own individuality, because we've only ever really seen the predators in one way.
Right.
So this was a very unique take on how they're typically portrayed.
Right. I 100% agree. Honestly, I gave this a flawless victory at first, but I'm gonna bump it down to an extreme high heat 9.5 out of 10. I'm gonna watch it again, and then I'll probably post on TikTok a little rapid review or what else I thought about it or whatever. Stay tuned for that if it happens. But
we'll see.
We'll see. But all I know is, man, it's extremely high heat, like touch the surface of the sun high heat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 9.5 out of 10. But with that being said, I've been Jay.
And this has been Rodney.
And we are LATD. We got more videos coming soon, more reviews coming soon, wrap-ups, Saturday mornings.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
know what it is. Remember,
we'll be back with those very, very soon. Trust and believe that.
Most def. Y'all remember, please, God bless, and look at the details. Peace.